Hey, what's up, guys? It's Goodthallion, and welcome back to The Division. Next week is going to be the patch with incursions in it, and along coming with it as well will be a bunch of changes to the loot system. In the biggest point I wanted to discuss today was the change to high-end drops on named enemies. Ubisoft Massive has decided that all named elites will have a 100% chance to drop high-end gear, weapons, and armor and weapon mods and such. And there's been a lot of debate about whether this is a good change, this is a step in the wrong direction, and I was a little bit on the fence about this at first. You know, I thought 100% is too high, it's gonna make the grind pretty easy, but will it really make it easy? You know, with further thought, every time you roll a weapon or you craft a weapon, you're rolling for RNG, and as we all know, those rolls don't always go in our favor. I think what Ubisoft is doing here is they're trying to take the rolls out of crafting, take the focus off of crafting, which is where the focus has been, and bring the focus back on killing enemies, getting those drops off of them, and if you get bad rolls, those become parts in which you then go and craft with. Crafting, to me, should be the secondary focus, at least until we start getting gear set blueprints and level 32 blueprints outside of the Dark Zone, which will be coming up as well. So in my opinion, I think this is a good change. It brings us back into farming bosses, it makes doing the story missions worthwhile, and I think it'll bring a lot of heat to the Dark Zone. Because if you're farming to named enemies, you know more people are going to be running around with high-end gear. Meaning you're going to have a lot more people going rogue, trying to steal your shit, and extracting it. Adding that tension into the Dark Zone is both good and bad, in my opinion. Bad for people who are bad at PvP, good for the people who want to enjoy that player versus player combat, which isn't always forced and often feels ignored because people are constantly on farming routes. Alongside in this patch, we're also going to be getting what are they fucking called? Assignments. And evidently there's going to be ways to get Division Tech out of assignments, so hopefully that will alleviate the Division Tech bottleneck for all of those Dark Zone blueprints that we're getting. So, I'm cautiously on board with this change. You know, I think it's going to be cool to be able to farm enemies and try to get specific drops. But for anybody who thinks that it's going to make it super duper easy to get geared up really quick, I don't think that's the case. I think it'll make it easier for low time players to be able to get decent or okay gear, but I think the truly dedicated trying to min-max out their builds and their specs and get exactly what they want out of their gear are still looking at a long grind, because frankly you're going to have to wait for exact drops that you want out of your gear, but there is a more clear-cut path to that feels more rewarding along the way. That's just how I feel about this change. Hopefully it pans out well. And I guess I'll see you guys next week for incursions and tons and tons and tons of loot. I'm looking forward to it. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.